Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing what might be one of the most memorable and worthwhile modern Breitling Navitimer variants. This is the Breitling Navitimer Heritage Chronograph, stamped 2017 on its case. This is recent construction and a wonderfully versatile 41.5/42mm size. It's a little bit wider if you measure it at the edge of the bezel. And on my 16cm circumference wrist, this stainless steel blue dial Navitimer is a perfect fit. It's thick, as most modern Navitimers are, 14.3, but it'll fit underneath a jacket cuff. The spacing between the lugs, 22mm, broader than I expected for a more traditionally sized Breitling. It has a wonderfully wide and modern stance in spite of its retro inflections. Lug to lug, the watch measures 47.8mm, so you're going to find that this works well on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters in circumference. I can give it the lower limit small male wrist recommendation. It does feature a wonderful strap that's perhaps more robust and substantial than you'd expect on a watch of this size, as its bolstering is tremendous. Its thickness is incredible. Its sheer sides show the layers of construction. There is a wonderful luxurious quality to this light brown leather. The contrast with the stitching is excellent, aviator style, and you can see on the underside the leather gets even richer, wonderfully soft and supple in spite of the thickness. This is a surprise. As a Breitling factory strap, the timepiece definitely punches above its weight. You expect to see the like on something like a Patek Philippe Calatrava Pilot. That's how good this strap is. Now the buckle is simple but well thought out. As you can see, it is rendered in stainless steel and it features the Breitling logo, but it features an elevated bridge above the stanchion so the strap fits inside the buckle rather than stacking up and adding height above the wrist. I appreciate the attention to detail on both strap and buckle here. Breitling with a traditional case profile like the Omega Moonwatch. Most traditional Navitimers have a very vintage mid-case profile, which is to say the mid-case is really slim even when the watch is thick. That's a trait of 1940s, 50s, and 60s sports watches. You'll note all of high polish. It features a little bit of a flared bevel on the edge of the lug, and the lug is squared off in traditional fashion. There is a slash cut, and you can see that knurling gives you an easy grip of the bezel, which is bidirectional rotating, and you can do all sorts of multiplication and division here in short order, and oftentimes it's quite simple to do. If you want to, for example, calculate the tip at a restaurant, I often say that it's a heck of a lot easier to do that with the calculator bezel than it is to do with, for example, a smartphone. And I often find that even when I am testing people, when clients come in, I'm able to outmaneuver them in their smartphone calculations with this bezel because I spent 5 minutes learning how to use it. It looks cool, but it's more user-friendly than you'd expect. It also provides wonderful dial depth, as the bezel outer acts as a reheat that slopes down dramatically from the bezel, which is in fact relatively small in relation to the diameter of the watch. The bezel is just a hairline of polished metal, and then the dial base is a sunburst blue with a few shocks of red, well-chosen gilt-style Breitling winged logo, so you have gold and silver and red and blue, and the sunburst is a highly reactive dial base, so it's very dynamic, and there is a well-chosen step down from the dial base to the disc itself. You can see the aperture is faceted rather than sheer cut. All applique polished indices. I adore the fact that the indices are applique rather than printed, an upscale refinement. The counterweight of the seconds hand, the Breitling B with a little bit of an anchor. Breitling doesn't appear to know whether it's an aviation company or a nautically inspired brand, and so they used to hedge their bets with the wings and the anchor. I'm told today Breitling has removed the wings in search of a more universal sporting image. It wants to be known as the land, sea, and air sports company, and really you can enjoy this watch on the land, air, or sea, provided you don't take its 30-meter water resistance swimming. It would look sporting on the top deck of a yacht. Now, you can see there are conversion factors on the back, and it's actually there to help you convert between Celsius or centigrade and Fahrenheit, great for those of us in the old colonies who still use imperial units. And underneath that polished caseback, Breitling caliber 13. What is it? Well, it is a Valjoux 7750 in chronometer spec, which is to say the highest grade of mechanical specification. 44-hour power reserve, 42 to 44, they generally run that period. Hacking seconds, it features a quick set date, it features a chronograph, and a very efficient unidirectional winding system, so you'll feel that unidirectional rotor wobble from time to time. This watch, also a COSC certified Swiss chronometer, is very precise. A timepiece that has it all going on. It looks the business, it fits great, it is the essential Breitling. Get a Navitimer if you're just going to get one to go alongside your Submariner, your Daytona, and your Moonwatch. This is the heart and soul of Breitling and one of the most attractive and wearable recent models. There's been a reboot under the new regime, but frankly, if they all looked like this, Breitling wouldn't have needed it. See this one and make it yours on the watch box. Breitling Navitimer Heritage Chronograph.